Good morning. Welcome to Pink Passion Team Meeting for 8/26. Today I want to talk about some things that I have picked up this week. We need to be getting out of our comfort zone. Success is just a step outside your comfort zone. If you only do things that you're comfortable doing, and you don't do the things that scare you or intimidate you or make you nervous, then you're never going to grow any further than where you are now. So, a good way to start getting out of your comfort zone, go to the mall with some packets of Slim in your purse or your pocket and say hi to people as they walk by. Just randomly talk to strangers right there in the middle of the mall. Say hi, strike up a conversation. And somebody says hi back and they actually stop to talk to you, say, how are you doing today? Or compliment them on something that you like about their appearance or their clothing or their bag or their shoes, or, oh, I see you've been to so-and-so, whatever their bag store, See, you've been in there. They got any good deals today? Strike up a conversation with a complete stranger. Go to the mall or go to Walmart or go to Target or go to whatever store it is that you shop at and randomly talk to 5 people. 5 people. Just randomly speak to 5 people. Sounds crazy, but it will help you get out of your comfort zone. It will put you out into the world. We learned last weekend at our sip and see at the flea market that reaching out to complete strangers is not the easiest thing to do. And that we all need practice doing it. The more that we do it, the better we'll get at it. And who knows, the person you strike up a conversation with, when you say, well, how have you been doing? And they say, oh, well, I haven't been sleeping too good, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. We say, I happen to know something that could help you with better sleep. Hey, if they give you a cue, bring it up. Go with it. What's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to say, no, I'm not interested, and walk away. Or they might look at you like you're crazy and just keep going. But that's okay, because the next person might stop. And that person might have an ailment that they'll complain about, and that you can give them an option of a supplement that they could take. And you just so happen to have a Slim in your purse, pocketbook, whatever. And there's your potential prospect. Okay, so get out of your comfort zone and go to the grocery store or to the department store or to the mall or wherever, to the eating place. Go into, I don't know, Outback Steakhouse or something. Talk to 5 people while you're there. Just randomly speak to 5 people. Hi, how are you doing? Think about who your inner circle is. Your inner circle is going to be like less than 7 people. The people that you spend the most time talking to, the most time in contact with. Take a good look at who these people are. Your inner circle should be people who are like-minded, who are credible, who are people of influence, who are positive people, and people who are going to support you and back you up. Those are the people that should be in your inner circle. So take a good look at your inner circle, and anybody that doesn't fit into that, they can still be your friend, they can still be your family, they can still be a comrade that you speak to, that you have to do with, but don't keep them in your tight inner circle. Improve who your inner circle is. The people you surround yourself with the majority of the time are the people you're going to be most like. So if you have any type of personality traits that you're trying to get rid of and personality traits that you're trying to learn, then you need to think about who's in your inner circle, your 7 closest people that you spend time with, and you're going to weed out the ones with the things that you are trying to get rid of, and you want to add those with things that are going to help you get the things that you need to get. Does that make sense? Um, Positive go-getters, people that are going to pump you up, people that are going to motivate you and inspire you and support you and be there for you. You know, those kind of people. And these people, you're going to pump them up as well, because you want them to want you in their inner circle. So you have to be positive. You have to, you have to be larger than life. We all do. We all have to just go for life with a zest and a passion. And it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And just like someone in one of our recent trainings said, you don't have to know all the answers. You just need to know where to find the answers. Okay, well, it's the same thing. It's not who you know. It's not what you know. It's who you know, what they know. You know, you don't have to know everything. You surround yourself, like in Plexus, we surround ourselves with other Plexus ambassadors. And we try to get into the training and into the posts and stuff like that, because we're always learning from our upline. We're surrounding ourselves with the positive go-getter people. We're allowing those to be the influence in our lives instead of the negative people of the world. We are going to feed off of, instead of the negative people of the world, we're going to feed off of the positive people, the go-getters, the ones that are out there changing their life. They're taking responsibility for their lives and they're going for it. Okay, and as a Plexus ambassador, when you post your first post, you become a leader. You are leading people to our products. Okay, that's a big deal. Not everybody is comfortable being a leader or thinking of themselves as a leader, but we are all leaders. You want to surround yourself with the best leaders so that you become a best leader. You don't want to follow somebody that's negative and not doing, the simple IPA needs to be done every day. Okay, you need to be messaging people on top of that. You need to be doing the training calls and the training chats and the training videos. And, you need to be participating in as much as you can, because people aren't going to want to follow someone who's not participating, who's not steady growing. They want to follow a go-getter. They want to follow somebody that's involved, that's getting the new information, that's getting all the training they can get, because you're going to funnel that down your line. And duplication is huge. Everything that Fallon has taught Tiffany has taught Jennifer, and Jennifer has taught Sabrina, and Sabrina has taught me, and I'm teaching y'all, and y'all are going to teach your people. So everything that I'm doing, y'all should be doing for your people. Even if you don't have people yet, you need to be doing these things so that you can get into the habit of, this is what I need for y'all to do when you're training your own team. And as you're training them to train their own team, you see, it's duplication from the top all the way down. And another thing is to be able to empower people. Okay, to empower someone is to give them the power. So if y'all notice, in the last couple of calls we've had, I have had other people speak. Abita had you talk about things about, your experience and your ideas. And I had Carol talk about her experience and her ideas. And I always like to ask questions and see if there's anything, that anybody needs that we want to talk about, or any ideas that any of you have. So that's me as a leader trying to empower y'all to learn how to speak publicly, to become more comfortable and confident, in speaking to people. One good thing that I like to do when I make videos or when I'm having meetings is I don't look at the picture across the top of the screen of everybody that's in the meeting. I look at the picture of myself. I'm talking to myself. What do I want to tell my team? And I tell it to myself. And that makes me less nervous for making these videos. Because if I'm sitting here looking at all the people who might watch my video, then I'm just getting really nervous and I get tongue-tied and all that. But if I just look at me and I'm just talking to me like I'm standing in the bathroom mirror, then I'm not as nervous. I'm telling myself what I want to tell y'all. So get out of your comfort zone. Reach out. Meet people. Speak to new people. Become not scared of doing that. Become comfortable. Become confident. And personal growth is huge. Vita, I know you do a lot of personal growth reading. You were doing that before we ever started Plexus. And I've just started doing that. So I am really, really getting a lot out of the personal growth. And this month's book club is the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And they keep calling this the Bible of multi-level marketing. And I'm going to tell you, this John Maxwell, he doesn't write this great big old thick book for you to sit there and fall asleep while you're reading it. He writes this book and he includes stories and situations and things. He makes it interesting. Where when you open the book, you don't want to put the book down because you can relate chapter after chapter after chapter. You can relate to the stories that he tells in this book and implement that into your own personal growth and into your own marketing business. So personal growth is really huge, and I really, really encourage everyone, if you don't have any personal growth books, I have some on a shelf over here that everyone's welcome to borrow. Check the library. You can do free Audible downloads if you get a hold of the right link. I'm not sure what it is, but I could find it out. I think Sabrina knows the Audible link. But, we have to get out of our comfort zone. We have to be excited about what we do because we're changing lives. And we need people to look at us and think of us as influential and credible and believable, someone that they will follow with their health. Because when you talk about people's health, that's pretty serious. And you don't have to know everything. You just need to know where to find everything. And as long as you have your sister lines and your up lines, you know where to find everything. If somebody asks a question and you don't know the answer, say, well, that's a good question and I don't know the answer to it, but I bet I know someone who does. Give me just a couple of minutes and let me see if I can contact my sponsor, because I bet she can help me. Make it simple. You don't have to know everything. You just have to know where to find everything. And because you do know how to find everything, because you do have an upline and sister lines that are fantastic, you can be confident to talk to every person, because even if you don't know the answer, you know how to find the answer. Vita, is there anything that, since you're the only one here now, that you would like to add?
No, I guess it's really important to participate, which I haven't really participated as much as I need to or should. And that's probably why I'm not where I want to be. So I got to really make some changes. Yeah. And I appreciate your leadership because it's, very important. I don't really have any other leaders that I can look up to, that I feel confident talking to.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. You have to be comfortable talking to someone to be able to share, intimate personal details about yourself to help yourself grow. And that right there, I'm glad you said that, because that's a real important part of it. And, if I am not the leader that everyone's comfortable talking to, everybody's in a chat with Sabrina, which I don't think I've added Deidre and Gail yet, but I need to add them today to a chat with Sabrina, and, give you someone else to talk to as well. You can build a relationship with her as well as me, and Jennifer and Tiffany and Fallon. They're all great. They're all great. And you never know what someone's been through. You may think that somebody really just has their whole life all together. And on the surface, it appears that way, but underneath that skin, they're human. They're human just like we are. They have their ups and their downs and their good days and their bad days and their little catastrophes of life, you know, potholes in the road, so to speak. But I'm glad you brought that up.
Where did you actually get your book? You know, that book that you just showed. Did you get it from Amazon or?
Yeah, I did get it from Amazon. Some of the libraries will have it available, and when I'm done reading it, it's going to be available, you know, for y'all to borrow. So,
Yeah, if I can't find it or get it, I would like to borrow it.
okay. And now you don't have to have the book to participate in the book club. The book club usually they go over the key points of the books, and you know we do 2 chapters a week. So they'll go over the 2 chapters, and then they actually delve into the conversation about the book. And you get the key points. This is the first book that I've had. I've done every book club. I have not missed one since I joined Plexus. And this is the first time that I've actually had the book. But I have gotten the key points out of all of the books because I've been in all the book clubs. You know, I didn't have to read the book. I got the key points. It's great to read the book because there's things that is, you know, you don't have forever to talk about it during the book club, you know.
Yeah.
But it is it's really helpful. I feel like it's done a world of good for me to participate in the book clubs. And also another thing about the book clubs is that you have open conversation and you actually get to know your sidelines and your uplines and, you know, your team and everything because it's live conversation. And, you know, if you have something to say or you have a question, you're out there, you're going to speak to the whole group, and then the whole group will talk back to you, you know. So it's a good deal. It's a good deal. I really enjoyed the book club.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have 4 minutes to go. Do you have any questions?
I probably will when we're done.
Well, I tell you what, if you do, PM them to me.
Okay. I wrote down the power hour. Could you just maybe briefly tell me exactly what that power hour is? I forgot. I'm sorry.
It's wonderful. Our upline will set aside an hour of their time, and we get onto a Zoom call, and the upline will talk to us briefly about what we're here for, what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to work on our IPA or we're going to send messages. And they talk for a few minutes, then they mute everyone and you work. You sit there and you work. And some of them will do 15 minutes, some of them do 20. And you just work that whole time. And then you can ask questions in the chat while everybody's working. If you have a question, you just type it out in the chat. And one of the upline will answer the question, and you know other people get a chance to chime in and give you advice and stuff. And if you're sending a message to somebody and you had this situation going on with this person, they will help you to word your messages. They guide you through talking to these people. And then they'll take a break from the work and they'll talk a little bit and go over the questions and give you examples and ideas. Then you go and you work a little bit more. It's basically an accountability training thing.
Oh, okay.
It's great. In fact, the last one this past Monday, the only 2 people who showed up for Power Hour at 11 to midnight was me and Cody Helmer. I got a whole hour, just me and Cody Helmer. I got to actually talk to her and visit with her and get to know her a little and got to work with her. That was a great thing because I just love Cody. She is a little ball of fire. She just on fire. You know, she's just a little ball of excitement. She's this tiny little cute thing, and she's as sweet as she can be. I was just thrilled to get to spend that time with her.
How do you spell her name?
Kodie.
Kodie.
Helmer.
Does she have any YouTube videos?
I'm sure she does, but she's got quite a few in Pink Power Team. So
Okay.
you could go to Pink Power Team, and a little search box, just search that group, type her name in, they'll come up with everything she's posted in there.
Oh, okay. That's cool, that we have stuff like that available
Yes.
to do, thanks to the internet and stuff, technology. We don't have to necessarily go to a training class somewhere. We can get it on right on the internet. I really like that.
Yeah. Well, now, I think of it this way. Had I not shown up for that power hour, Cody would have stayed up to 11 o'clock, prepared to work till midnight to help somebody, and not a soul would have showed up. And I'm so glad that I made that effort and that I showed up, because she didn't get aggravated. Oh, nobody showed up but this one chick, Cindy. She didn't act like that at all. She just gave me everything she had. She took that time for us to get acquainted and for me to really feel comfortable talking to her. I got to know her a little bit. She gave me the best that she could give me, and I loved it. I was so appreciative that she stayed up that late and did that for me, because they don't have to do that, They don't have to do that. There's a lot of, for instance, Fallon Black and Brittany Howard for the training in Georgia. They sat there and told us they drove to that exact same room more than one time, prepared to do a 3-hour training session, and them two be the only two that showed up.
Wow.
So I can just imagine how that felt, I'm so glad that we went and we showed up. There was over 20 that showed up. And like 26, maybe 28, probably closer to 30 than 20. But it was great because the fellowship, getting to meet other people that we work with every day on the computer that we don't know in person. Well, now we know them in person. We know them when we see them. And got to talk to them and hug their neck and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you. I can't even tell you how many of them there were that I hadn't already knew from, Pink Power Team. And it was just amazing to get to meet them in person. And Fallon Black and Brittany Howard are amazing. They work really well together. I really felt like it was so worth the trip. So worth the trip.
Yeah.
I'm going to start just joining everything, which I pretty much do. I join everything. But every time there's a training anywhere as close and I can get to it, I'm going to be there, because that was just incredible. It really was.
Well, if you ever do go to do another one, try to let me know, and hopefully I can go next time.
Trust me, I'm going to try to take the whole team every time I go. Okay, well, it's 9:03. We went a little bit over, so I guess I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
I'm going to convert this video and go help Dawn pack up her house.
All right. Have a blessed day.
You too, darling.
Okay. Bye.